Alright y'all, welcome back. It is Saturday, March 1st, 2025. It's about noon now. We're gonna get started on Bobby's car. We're gonna put about 5 or 6 hours in. I think we're gonna, where we last left off, the firewall is looking pretty good. Good enough for now. The dash, we finished that up. I think we're gonna move on to the roof. Start these roof rails. There is some pinholes he's gonna have to tack up when he gets back here. And then of course there's some funky stuff going on from where all this was welded. So a little bit of filler. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna mask up the drip rail and probably leave it masked the entire time because we don't want any buildup of, we definitely don't want filler. But there's no need for any more epoxies or high builds or anything really. All this needs is, at this point, paint and clear. There's no need to build up material because then your trim ain't gonna snap on and it's gonna flake, and we don't want that. So we're gonna mask up the drip rails and probably inside them so that, you know, we don't get any filler or anything in there and then have to dig it out. But excuse me, that's what we're gonna do this afternoon here. Not bad, not bad. We didn't do anything last weekend. It was way too cold. I think last Saturday, which you guys are gonna laugh when I say way too cold, but I think it was like a high of like 47 or something like that. Way too cold for filler to try and wait for it to dry and all that, so we messed with my car instead. But we do need to patch this. So he has a little bit of metal work. He'll probably do that while I work on the other side. So bring you guys back once we get set up here. All right, got the drip rail, passenger side masked up pretty good. Ran my tape line where the body line is at, and as you can see, it's really not that bad. A little bit low, of course it's a little wavy, but overall it's not bad. A little choppy right here. I got some glaze for that, but we're gonna end up having to probably polyester primer this drip rail, both of them, but it's not that bad. Not that bad. It just looks choppy because of the way he grinded the welds with the cutoff wheel, so that's why it's choppy. It's an epoxy. So I'm gonna actually probably use some glaze. I don't think we need actual rage. Or I'm gonna dilute it up pretty good so it's thin. I'm gonna spread it, and then I'm gonna peel the tape. I'm gonna spread it and sand it. Then peel the tape and then reverse the process. So let me get it set up here, do a little spread. We got Block Sand Bobby in the house. That looks a lot better. How's it feel? Yeah.
Feels like my butt.
So it needs we need a little bit more, I think.
A little bit smooth.
So I skimmed top and side, blocked it with 80 and 180, and then we need to get it in one color so we can see better. But it's definitely improved. Definitely improved. All this filled nice. That's one side. All the pinholes are filled up. Yeah, you want to stop in between and feel what you got.
So how do you know, like right here on the curve, or it's a drop off, how do you know when to stop?
Well, you can feel it. That's high. Feel that?
Yeah.
That needs more sand. Now, you can use a smaller block like this one. This has 180, but you know, to knock it down. Okay, now go with that one a few times. Okay. Let me feel what's that. Good. Yay.
Just do a little bit of that, like the little speck right there.
What?
Right there.
Oh, so then you go. So on all the edges, you want to see metal. You want it thin. You don't want it caked on. All right, I'm gonna knock this down a little bit. Hit this with the block. Well, we're gonna be spraying some epoxy here in about 2.5, 3 hours. So might as well sand as much as we can. So we gotta bring you guys back. All right, we're back. It's 5 o'clock. We got about 80% of the front half of the roof done. We got Bobby in there right now wiping it down with solvent-based wax and grease remover. And you don't want to spray the wax and grease remover directly on the filler if you can avoid it. You don't really want to saturate it like you would, you know, primer. Make sure you're flipping the rag over. We also got the drip rails retaped. We don't want to put a bunch of extra material on there, so we got them retaped so they don't get any epoxy on them. I did reblock the gas tank. We got some U-pole dolphin glaze. Is that what it is? Dolphin glaze. Really like it. It's really thin glaze. So this feels better. That should be good. We got the drip rails blocked. I think they're going to be okay. We're still going to put some poly primer on them. And then we got the moonroof opening blocked pretty good. We got 8 ounces of epoxy mixed up, letting it sit for a few minutes. We'll be spraying it with the V-bore as usual. So bring you guys back once we get to spraying. All right, we got the first coat. As you can see, we got a lot of bleed through from all the filler. I don't know if 2 coats will cover it, but we'll go a little bit heavier this time. I'll do the same things.
That's a lot better.
gonna leave it all.
Huh?
I'm gonna leave it all.
All right, we were able to squeeze almost 3 coats out of what we mixed. We had to remix a little bit, but feeling better about this gas door delete. So it's a lot more straighter than it was last time. And primer take over from there. Drip rails, of course there's still a lot of scratches, but the actual shape of them looks pretty good. Pretty good. Still gonna need, I think I still feel better spraying some polyester primer for sure. For sure. So can't really see up there. Considering that at one point none of this existed, I would say we're moving right along pretty good. Pretty good. The general shape is there, the contour is there, and this is only filler and epoxy for now, up to 80 and 180. I tried a 180, but not so much. These are way too coarse. These are 80 grit. But still very early stages. So hope you guys enjoyed this little update. Probably block these with 180. See what happens next. Move on to the core. Actually, you know what? We're gonna finish up the roof because there's some pretty wicked dips on the back end. I think this section right here is pretty good. Here, I don't know how, but there's some waves. So I think we wanna get the roof A1 before we move on. I think that's a good game plan. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. Y'all stay tuned. It's gonna be a couple weeks before we get back on this, but we'll bring you guys back when we get some more work in. Thanks for watching.